To give you a better idea of how my art class operates, I wanted to give you still an abbreviated version of how I teach some of these lessons, but I think it's important to get just a better idea. So here we go. The thing about texture is that everything you look at has it. It's just a matter of slowing down and noticing it. The wonderful thing about shape is that when it repeats itself, it creates a nice rhythm. That's one of the beautiful things about it. This painting by Degas is probably one of my favorites. Plus it shows all 5 aspects or elements that we've been talking about. We have beautiful lines all through the image. Lines that take you from one side all the way to the other. We have beautiful shapes that are repeated. We also have nice forms. We see these haystacks or trees as three-dimensional, fuzzy but yet there, and obviously the ballerinas have form. We have wonderful values. We have changed from the yellow here to this darker yellow, which turns to green, which turns into a darker green up at the top here. It's a wonderful example because then we have texture. All through this image we have different textures. We have smooth, we have spotted, we have rough, and this, of course the smooth texture of the ballerina skin. Truly a wonderful piece of art. I love this example of form because we have an obvious physical presence of a car, which is form, which appears almost to float above the water. It's a great example of how form can be manipulated and interesting. Here we have a nice example of how line brings us through the picture and out into infinity. It's a really striking photo that shows you perspective, but it's the line that takes you through the picture. I'd like to finish off with the idea of value because it shows the range that I have in the classroom now. I have at my fingertips technology that can bring the classics and also the idea of drawing on them and showing and simplifying what these things are, who was making them and how they were making them, what they were thinking about, and going from the idea of pencil to using computer to generate artwork. The students now have this wonderful world exposed to them. It allows me to show images from around the world and explain it to them in a simplified manner that explains the elements of art. And this is a wonderful thing because it is simple. My students aren't always academically proficient, and this way they are being exposed to deeper concepts, but in a simplified manner through the use of pictures. Art's wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, thank you for walking with me on a short journey through my world, a world where I try to show my students that the world is beautiful, it's a piece of art, and I do that by trying to simplify and make it a little easy bites, so to speak. The elements of art are the basics, and that's an important lesson, and I try to make it understandable for everyone. All cultures are the same. Art is the same, world renowned.